Drinking buddies, this is episode 2 of our blind flight series of budget whiskeys. These are all readily available budget bottles. Let's find out which one's the best. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So these are all bottled and bond bourbons. They are all under $25. I checked multiple states to make sure they're going to be under $25 everywhere. Example, in the first round, I couldn't include things like Buffalo Trace, Elijah Craig, and Maker's Mark. In the case of Buffalo Trace, it's not available everywhere. And also, those three whiskeys, depending upon your area, they might be over $25. They're over $25 at a lot of grocery stores, so they don't count. These bottles should always be under $25. Old Granddad Bottled and Bond, that one's out of Jim Beam. Early Times Bottled and Bond, that one's out of Early Times Distillery, which is owned by Sazerac, used to be owned by Brown-Forman. Next up, we have Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. That one is out of Heaven Hill. And then last up, Benchmark Bottled and Bond, which is out of Buffalo Trace. Now, let's go. Let's find out which is the best. All under $25. Bottled and Bond, meaning it is at least 100, or it is exactly 100 proof. It's at least 4 years old. It is bottled in one distillery in one growing season. It's going to be a small batch. A lot of things going to being bottled and bond. So, first class. This one is bright and citrusy. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Honey. Ooh, I got an odd note, drinking buddy. Sorry, I got to share it. Honey roasted peanuts. I do like this nose. This is very nice. Palate doesn't quite live up to what I expected off the nose, but I mean, I gotta be reminded that I'm drinking budget bottles here. It's very one-note peanut. There's a little bit of caramel coming through. It has a nice finish though, and it's still going. Very, very, very subtle cherry thing on the finish. For being under $25, that's pretty good. Now this is more cigar box. This is more leathery. This smells older than that first one. I didn't even notice. This one's darker too. I'm glad I wasn't paying attention when I poured them, because this one's darker. And there is a dead fly in this. You gotta be freaking kidding me. A gnat. There's a dead gnat. Ugh. Anyway, this one is darker, and this one has, glad I wasn't paying attention when I poured them, because this is darker, but also smells older. Man, the initial palate for this one makes me think that it's going to just absolutely slap this bottle right off the bar. But then it really, because it's like tobacco and leather and brown sugar, and then it kind of turns into this just like straight ethanol note that I'm not a big fan of. It gets flat and you just taste booze. Not quite as bad on the second one. Yeah, but it goes right back to it. It's on the finish. The finish is just ethanol. I mean, it's probably why it's under $25. All right. This has got a similar nose to glass one, where it's more like bright. Oh, what is going on here now? Now this just give me like cherry vanilla vibes. Yeah, this one's bright, honey, and then there's a little bit of a black tea thing on here, like sweet tea. Oh. There is a little bit of cherry here. There is some bourbon vanilla and brown sugar. This is kind of one note. This is kind of flat compared to the first two. Light finish too. That one's pretty weak in comparison to the first two. Once again, we're dealing with cheap bottles here, so all of these are pretty decent for being under $25. This is a really nice nose. This is like stone fruit, like peaches, cinnamon. This one, I mean, I know they're all bourbons, but this one's giving me a little bit more of a high rye vibe. I'd like this. Peanuts. It's kind of odd. I'm getting that same ethanol thing I'm getting on here. And you guys know I drink high proof stuff all the time, so I'm not saying I don't like it because it's 100 proof. That's not it at all. I'm just saying that, you know, when you get into those higher proof options, generally you're not tasting that much ethanol that I am drinking off of these two. And for the record, they've been sitting in these glasses for about 20 minutes, so that should have, if there was ethanol just like sitting on top, it's gone at this point. Well, drinking buddies, I'm going to go through these again. There's no decisive winner here. I feel like they're all okay. Nothing's jumping out as being substantially awesome. But we're going to go through them one more time when we come back. I'm going to do bottle guesses, and I will tell you what's my favorite. I still want to tell you what the best is, but I got to do my bottle guesses too. Obviously, we know I'm right here that this was early times, but this is the this one is the Evan Williams. The peanuts gave it away. This is the Benchmark. The Buffalo Trace Cherry is totally here. And then this one is the Old Granddad. Yeah, you know, it's got a similar flavor profile to the Heaven Hill, but I find the peanuts on Heaven Hill to be like peanuts, like in your face, whereas the peanuts on Jim Beam are there. They're just a little bit more subtle for me, for my palate. I'm pretty sure I'm right on the guesses, and I'm not letting my guesses affect which one I think is the best, because they all have negatives. They do. This one, it's really good, but the finish is lacking. It's a little ethanol-y, and it's just kind of meh. This one just has like a cheap whiskey flavor to it to me. Like this one, that's why I think it's the Benchmark. I think it's the cheapest. Well, actually, the Evan Williams is the cheapest. Anyway, the Benchmark drinks like cheap whiskey to me. The early times, you swallow, and it's just ethanol coming off the palate. But it is leaning towards being the best one. And then this one, man, this one I really like, but it just kind of, man. Okay, so I'm a little struggling here. These two are taking a backseat to these two. These are the two better ones. These two, while great whiskeys, just aren't as good as these two. It's the Early Times. Early Times is our winner. Second place is the Evan Williams. Third place is, yep, that is the Old Granddad. And then last place was the Benchmark. Hey guys, I put Buffalo Trace last in a blind. Good for me. I'm capable. I'm able to not totally tater out every once in a while. Oh crap, the one that won is totally a Sazerac bottle. Anyway, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
I'm your drinking buddy.